Oh, you're attracting quite a crowd.
Yeah, it's great to see so many people out.
Not one of them is a deviant. I mean, I think you've attracted a good crowd here today. Chuck, good morning.
Good morning.
And so, Chuck, are you the guy that called into the studio?
Yes.
And now Chuck is having a problem, and where he is, there's a history. You haven't seen your kids in how long? You haven't had your kids?
I've seen them, but the county's trying to terminate my parental rights.
Okay. It's a parental rights issue, but he's showing up that he's testing positive for synthetic marijuana or some sort of a synthetic drug. The problem is that the testing, I'm afraid, might be somewhat antiquated. So what do you have here today?
I got everything that I've done research on that the county is.
And you want to present this to the senator?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
So and we had someone in. I can't remember.
Nicole Siriani. Siriano from CMY Services Incorporated.
She came in, and she, at the very least, is intrigued by what he's saying, and feels that it is definitely possible that he could be testing positive incorrectly, and that his kids could be being held from him in an unjust fashion. And has she reached out to you as of yet?
Not yet. She's
going to.
Okay.
And it might even be a good idea for you to be proactive and reach out to her.
I was thinking about that. I was going to give her a few days.
Okay, give it to Andrew. You guys talk back and forth. He'll give you the information, and let's. There might be a chance that we can help you.
I appreciate it, Bill.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to give this to the
we
senator.
have staff here today, so we'll take something and we'll have somebody connect with you to look into it. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So we'll get your information.
Hey, you call us. We try to get. I can't guarantee stuff isn't going to get done. This stuff is going to get done, but we try. All right.
I appreciate it, Bill.
Okay. Good luck. Thanks,
Thank you.
man. All right, Chuck. Mark is also in here waiting to speak with the senator, and he's been bounced around all morning long, which we can't allow to happen anymore. Mark, good morning. You're with the senator. And
good morning.
What's your issue here?
Well, first, I actually just stopped down to thank Joe for the work that he does in this area for local sportsmen, and it is a big concern with gun rights and access to firearms and that. And I know just through the newsletters that I get and that is basically could come down and say a thank you. My other concern was the condition of Oneida County forests and some of the issues that are going on now with emerald ash borer and possible better use of what we have here in Oneida County.
Well, first, thank you for being here, Mark, and I appreciate your support. I actually co-chair the Sportsman Caucus in the state legislature with Assemblywoman Gunther, so we try to be sensitive to many of the sportsman issues and the concerns that are expressed. We actually have a good coalition, bipartisan coalition, to try to ensure that we're on top of some of the concerns and problems that we may encounter throughout the state relative to sportsman issues. So
can I bring up one thing?
Sure.
And I was just talking to Mark during the break. They just announced that the ash borer, the emerald ash borer, has made it to Oneida County. And I'm here to tell you that I reported it from my backyard, which is in Herkimer County, 6 years ago. And I was very disappointed because nobody did anything. And I sat and watched, within 3 years, 12 trees in my backyard die.
Oh, certainly. 3 years is actually a long period of time. I mean,
they go fast.
They go very fast.
It's unbelievable.
And once the infestation starts, I mean, the trees no longer become safe for removals in terms of climbing or remediation or anything of that sort. And I have to say, as a member of the I was on the Emerald Ash Borer Task Force up in Onondaga County, where we were with National Grid, Bartlett Tree Company, as well as Cornell Cooperative Extension in Onondaga County. And they were very proactive. And thinking I would lead a task force here in Oneida County, it really fell on deaf ears when I came down.
That might be a void, Joe, that needs to be addressed in that, because this is a serious issue. And Utica has a history of losing the elm tree.
The elms with Dutch elm disease, and that was a systemic disease that very similar to the ash borer, and it's happening all over the country. The state of Ohio spent an incredible amount of money to do removals, a mass removal, whether they were infected or not, just to prevent any kind of liability issues.
Okay.
Yeah, I think forestry is a very important issue. We began a forestry program in Rome, hired its first arborist, and I know the county has an arborist, and I think the county executive has been very proactive on a number of issues relative to health and safety, from the fighting Triple E and many of these things. So I'm sure that there would be a receptivity, and they would be better to probably comprehend and understand some of the things you're talking about relative from a countywide perspective. So I think they do a great job, and I'm sure when things are brought to their attention. I'm not sure what how the program is operating right now, but I know there was an arborist, and obviously these are things that need to be addressed, and paid attention to. And as I indicated, I know that from my experience, county executive is doing a great job, and I know that they will, once they're aware of other nuances, probably figure out something in some way. And I think every time you get people that are willing and ready to help too, and offer their help as a volunteer, I think that's something to be complimented too and commended. So thank you.
All right, Mark. By the way, to be specific, my problem was in Herkimer County. But it is what it is. It's an issue here. It's something that, and you talk about sportsman issues. That's a huge part of our tourism, right, Joe? I mean, that's a big attraction for this area. So big stuff. All right, Mark. Thanks
for coming by today, Mark.
Okay. Hey, we'll take a quick break. We'll come right back. We're at Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. I have a whole lineup of people waiting to get in. The senator is in demand here this morning. They're grilling him with questions, and I got to tell you, you seem to have an answer for everybody. That's good, except for Donald Trump earlier. You were speechless. I'm just saying. We'll break and come right back to Daylight Donuts in New Hartford on WIBX.